Welcome back to your daily dose. Our pal Susan had to run off and get her Eclipse friends out the door. So that was happening. We're going to go ahead and do one more dose with my dear Aunt Linda to talk about the day one program. And what we were just talking about before we started was the universality of it. And I want to really put a button on that to make this invitation open and warm to everyone who's hearing this, because, you know, that's what the hero's journey is. I think it's about life, and it doesn't require a condition to participate. Life itself can be the condition. How we feel, how we associate with others and with ourselves, all of those things. We've all got our stuff, and when we see our stuff vulnerably around other people, I think it transforms who we are. We go, oh, that's me too. You feel that?
Oh, I feel it very, very much. I can hear myself in other people, and it also helps me have the courage to say anything I want and be listened to in such a safe environment. And I alluded to it earlier that well, before I started this class, I really had to weigh because I'm doing something else in my life a couple things that are taking up a lot of time, and I didn't want to not respect this time with you. But what I guess my point in bringing that up is there is time. There is time to do it, and it actually fills in time that I had that I didn't know I had to write. And I can be doing something else and start thinking about something you said in the class or something someone else said, and they'll jot a little thing down, and it gets me going to the next step, the next on this wonderful journey. Ooh.
It's well, and it's such a unique space. I mean, even having classes online like this really just changed things. And in this class, you couldn't make the first 2 weeks. You had other life commitments, and we said, hey, no problem. We record it and watch it in your own time. And you joined us in week 3, and you were part of the tribe like that. I mean, it wasn't an issue at all. And that's where I want to make sure people know the flexibility is there, that we do everything we can to make this accessible, because that's I think so important in any kind of communal experience is accessibility, right? How many people can't make it because of whatever bridges, and sometimes it's access, sometimes it's finances, all these things. We try to be, really say, hey, look, if you're interested, if there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, and you do a really good job of letting people know if they can't make it that week, or somehow writing just didn't happen. It's not a thing about being good or bad or who's the best, or you create, I've said it before, but it's a really safe environment where it helps me a lot to know that no matter what, I will write, and anything is okay, and not to get all worked up about it. Maybe that's why the writing comes easier, because of how you presented the whole forum.
It's a good point. And I think, honestly, a lot of this comes to me from really my last academic experience, where classroom didn't feel like that. And I said, I am done with classroom feeling like a punishment, like a prison, especially at the PhD level. I said, this is stupid. We're adults here. Why are we still getting boxed and pigeonholed into the do it this way or you're in trouble type thing? I mean, that's the type of thing that just, I think that causes the opposite of what you said. It shuts people down. They're not going to do their best work. And so why classrooms continue to be run like prisons, I don't understand. And I hope we're opening that up.
Oh, I'm sure you are.
Have you had classrooms, you know what I mean, that just feel so rigid that you go, well, I mean, why would I put myself through that? I mean, the idea of education sounds good, but if it means being traumatized, I mean, is the juice worth the squeeze?
Truly. I mean, this is the opposite, but I had a kinesiology class, it's probably 20 years ago, that was the opposite. The teacher always had some kind of tropical relaxation music for people to walk into the class and just sit down, and because everyone was uptight about everything they heard about kinesiology and how hard this was going to be. And it just kind of erased all that. And then we sat down and learned.
Yeah. And that's the brain needs to relax just like the body needs to relax in order for information to get in. If we're frozen up and in fear, it's really hard to penetrate the blood-brain barrier, man. The neurons are going flight, fight, or flight. Survive. Shut up. Don't say anything in the risk of being punished or humiliated. So that's the reason why I think like today, I was leaning into when the class was a little quiet, the idea of let's make sure we play. And that's why that's built in there, right? We have the meditation, we have the play, because shoot, who knows what people are coming in the door with, what life thing just happened. And you had something today, I mean, and again, I think you tell me, but once you were able to share, it felt like you were able to open up to the experience a little bit.
Absolutely. Yeah. All those games, which are really, they're serious games. They're funny and they're light, but it's a serious thing that's happening. I could feel
Yeah.
it.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you saying that, and sometimes it isn't until I start playing them and I go, oh, and it's just to show people, you see how that connected and that was, and people start going, oh, and that's the same way our neurons are firing. If I can point something out or people can raise their hand and yes and something, you can see the growth happening in real time. And that's very exciting to me, especially when you all take things in a direction that I wasn't expecting. And that happens all the time. Well, I can't thank you enough for being part of this. And again, I love you so much. And again, this is just a whole new chapter of our relationship.
Oh, I love you. And I look forward to each class and really everything that's everything that's unfolding. It's a blessing to be a part of. Thank you.
Thank you. We'll see you all in the next Daily Dose.